vibe, cause we good over here. This droid can't be destroyed, I'm immune to despair. Now I'm setting my intentions, I learned from all my lessons. Took a minute to get the message, but it's finally clear. You've been hating all day and hating all night, worrying and whining, both waste your life. But if you take your time and focus on what's right, you will.
Yo, what's up, YouTube? Back at you with another video on today. This is Raw Detroit. Make sure you hit that subscription button, subscribe to the channel, click the bell, and hit the word all so that you'll receive every notification that comes from this channel. And without further ado, you know what we do on this channel, covering the Detroit Lions in the offseason and just covering the Detroit Lions, period. We got a free agent cornerback that we want to talk about because there is some possibilities that things could change. You just never know. All right, guys, let's get into it. All right, guys, we're going to talk about Charvarius Ward of the San Francisco 49ers. He is a free agent cornerback this season, and pretty much we know that the Detroit Lions, we're going to see if the Lions re-sign back Calton Davis. We would love to have Calton Davis back, but for the right price. And we don't want him to break the bank, but definitely, man, whatever Calton Davis before Calton Davis got hurt, man, he was balling for the Lions and he was playing well, man. And shout out to Calton Davis, man. Hoping that he still makes a speedy recovery because he did break his jaw and things of that nature. Kind of weird situation in football. Never seen too many guys walk away with a broken jaw. Hey, hopefully, man, he makes that speedy recovery. But at the same time, man, this is the off season, and this is what we do, man. We talk about guys that we possibly can bring in, and Ward is one of those corners that we possibly could go out there and get in free agency. I don't want the Detroit Lions to bring back Emmanuel Moseley. Emmanuel Moseley has not panned out for us, man. We have every season that Emmanuel Moseley's been with us, he's been hurt. And he's been hurt for the whole entire season. So we don't need to bring him back. We pretty much know that Tyrion has been acting as a number one, but he probably is a number two corner. Tyrion still has some growth and development. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to give up on a young fella yet. I believe he got 2 to 3 more years. I mean, at least in his third season, he should really be taken off. By his third season, he should be that player that we drafted him to be, and that's to be a straight-up lockdown corner. Now, definitely he got some bumps along the way this season, but, you know, that's going to happen, man. When you don't have a good front seven, you're going to take the back end of the defense normally gets exposed. When you don't have a good front seven, let me repeat that again, you're going to get exposed in the back half of the defense. Now, the only two guys that was really handling their business really, really good in the secondary was Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch. They held it down from their safety spots. But we need our corners to step up their level of play as well. If we ever want to win a Super Bowl, we have to have some guys that can lock down some receivers, man. We have to have that. And Enos Rakestraw, I don't know what the Lions look at him as right now. Maybe they still look at him as a cornerback in training and developing still. And maybe that's what they're looking along the lines with him. Because I don't think that Enos is ready to take over the other cornerback spot just yet. So picking up a guy like Ward would definitely help this franchise. And it would give us a veteran corner that knows how to play. And I believe he has one season as an all-pro corner. So Ward is a pretty good corner. And whenever I saw him matched up against DK Metcalf, Ward was playing him pretty good, man. He was kind of locking up DK. So, you know what I'm saying? You already know, man, that this dude, Ward is one of those guys that's going to be traveling, man. He's one of those corners that can travel with the best receivers. Wherever the best receivers is lining up, I believe that Ward can cover him. So if Ward was to get picked up by the Lions, I do believe that he would be our number one corner. He would be our number one corner. He has the size that you want at the corner position, standing at 6'1", 196 pounds. And then this is what he did last season. He had 58 tackles in his stats with 7 PDs. He didn't have any interceptions, and he had 1 tackle for loss. But he had an okay season. You know, you would have loved to see a couple more, some interceptions and stuff like that. Sometimes you don't get interceptions. Maybe because they don't throw your way, or, you just don't, you're not the beneficiary of getting an interception. Sometimes it happens like that. But at the same time, I just think that Ward would be a tremendous fit with the Detroit Lions if the Lions were to go away from Carlton Davis and decided not to pay him. And Carlton Davis may want to go over there with, he may want to go to Chicago Bears. He might want to go to the Jets. Whoever's willing to pay him the money, he may want to go over to those teams. Because I believe that DJ Reed from the Jets is a free agent as well. So maybe, you know what I'm saying, that's something Carlton Davis may be looking into, is staying with Aaron Glenn. But at the end of the day, man, we got to do what we got to do to get this defense better. And picking up a free agent like Ward would be nice for this Detroit Lions team, because I think that he would give us the #1 corner that we need to lock it down for a couple seasons. Maybe the Lions give him a 2 or 3 year deal, something like that, and solidify him as the #1 guy. Tyrion moves over to the #2 guy, and then whenever Enos Rakestraw is ready, you can bring him up. You can bring him up. You can have him developing. You can have him playing in the nickel, whatever you decide to do with him. And even if somebody gets hurt, you know, if Tyrion gets hurt or Ward would get hurt, then you would be able to get Rakestraw out there. But I'm all for it, man. If the Lions were to knock on the door of Ward's door, I'm definitely down with it. And I think that he will be a great addition to the team. And he already has 1 season as a all-pro corner. So we know that he can play at a high level. And that's what we need. We need dogs on this team, man. We need guys that can play at a high level. We need silverback gorillas, and we need nothing but werewolves on this defense, man. If the Lions want to go to the Super Bowl, they have to make the corrections on the defensive side of the ball. Yes, we can always tweak the offense and be able to get another wide receiver or a couple linemen and things of that nature, or maybe adding another running back to the room. But at the same time, we all know as fans that it's Detroit Lions' job to be able to build this defense and get this defense up correctly, because now we got to suffer without a Lee McNeil in the middle and then having a free agent in Levi. So maybe they bring Levi back. I don't know. All doors are knocking on for Levi probably to come back. Maybe he'll sign a 1 or 2 year deal. I don't know. But having a cornerback like Ward, man, on this team would give us a good #1 corner, and he'll be able to lock it down. But then there's also news out there with Darius Slay having interest in coming back to Detroit. So if Darius Slay decides to come back to Detroit, definitely, man, I would take him. You know, he's not the Darius Slay that he used to be, but he still can make plays, and that's cool. I would still take Darius Slay. I'm not going to lie. I would bring Darius back, man. I'm not going to even lie. I would even welcome Sue back. I would let both of those guys retire in Detroit if it was up to me. Like, hey, guys, come on back, man. You know that you belong here. Come on back. You know what I'm saying? Both of you guys have won a Super Bowl. Sue and, that's crazy, Sue and Darius Slay have a Super Bowl ring now. Darius Slay and Sue both have a Super Bowl ring. So, man, it's rightfully so, man. If we had to call up Sue and say, hey, Sue, can you come and fill in for Lee McNeil until he gets back or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man, but that's just me. If I'm the GM, I give Sue a call. And if I'm looking to go in a cheap direction like Brad Holmes always does, then he'll probably sign Darius Slay on a 1 or 2 year deal, something like that. But I would love to have Ward as well. Not gonna lie to you, think Ward is a young fella that you can make a #1 corner, and then you can have. But if you don't get Ward, maybe you do get Slay, and Slay is able to mentor the young cornerbacks in Tyrion Arnold and Enos Rakestraw. So I'm gonna leave it with Brad Holmes to make sure that he makes the right decision on building his defense the right way. This team needs to be built, and it needs to be built upon the foundation of Aiden Hutchinson. When this defense is built around Aiden Hutchinson, this team is going to really, really take off, man. So I can't wait to see what Brad Holmes is going to do with the free agency. I can't wait to see what he's going to do in the draft, because all eyes is going to be on Brad Holmes to get this defense to be one of the best defense in the National Football League in 2025. All right, guys, definitely, man, make sure you guys leave it in the comment section on what you think about the Lions adding a guy like Ward to the free agency. Definitely, I love it. And I'll be back to you guys with another video. I'm out of here. Till next time. Peace.